Alrighty, I am not going to be the first voice actor to cover this topic. Probably not be the last, but I think I have a different opinion than a lot of people. We'll see. Alrighty, hey guys, welcome. Why did my voice crack on that one? Alrighty. Like, hey, Scoob. Hey, how are you? Hi. We're leaving that in. So, today I want to talk about, and I kind of planned on covering this topic a long time ago, but I was doing some back and forth trying to have a conversation with a company that does AI voices, that does like artificial intelligence, voice cloning kind of thing. And their service was hiring voice actors to read scripts so they could clone their voice and reuse them indefinitely. And I wanted to get some more information from them. Now, I'm not going to name this company, but it is kind of a popular one. And they had communicated me. They talked to me. They messaged me. They emailed me. That's it. That's the one. They emailed me asking if I wanted to be a part of their project, part of their company. And I was very, very hesitant. I did not end up doing anything with them. I went to the website. I looked it over. I checked it out. And I asked them some questions. They said that they are trying to do everything they could to be respectful to voice actors and try to work alongside voice actors instead of being a voice actor replacement. And I wanted to get some more information, some more clarity to find out what it is that they were doing for that. And they never emailed me back. They never messaged me back. So I wasn't able to do a full in-depth video. I actually also was trying to get with them to do a one-on-one interview to try to find out some more information because not really many people have gotten that side of the story. What exactly their goal is, how this goes about, what kind of safeguarding they are doing for the voiceover industry to, so that people aren't just losing their jobs. And I didn't end up getting the information that I wanted. But I have been tinkering with a couple of these programs for a while. And I also did a deep dive into the kind of AI algorithm learning that they are using. And I'm personally not scared of AI voices, replica voices, voice cloning when it comes to voiceover. There's a couple reasons why. And at least as of current, not yet, do I see AI voices or voice cloning being an actual threat to the general overall voiceover industry. Now, I have seen some companies and I have seen some people use AI voices to replace what would normally have been a voice actor being hired. Now, a lot of those are not huge companies and they're not the kind of people that would have paid a lot of money anyway. So there, on Fiverr, there are a lot of companies that will approach me wanting me to basically sign on to do a YouTube show for, an indefinite period of time. And they're normally some of the most haggly. I don't know if that's a word. I'm using it. And what I mean by that is it'll normally be thousands of words, but they only want to pay $5 to $10. And they want full rights so they could monetize the video and basically have some kind of passive income for themselves after nickeling and diming you as the voice actor. Those are the kind of people that are switching over to using AI voices. And I've seen some of these videos, and a lot of it is explainer videos. It's news reels or news videos. Most of the time, it's literally just copying and pasting from an article or from Wikipedia, and then they just have the computer read it to them. I don't think that's a huge loss to the voiceover industry. Now, that's just one side of it, okay? I fully acknowledge that. That's just a small side. There is also another reason that I'm not too concerned. So, AI learning, basically it learns to make particular sounds in a particular way that mimic how that person, did those sounds. And it has an algorithm to kind of come up with averages and kind of come up with a standard. Now, here's the problem with AI voices. If you were to put in the same sentence 3 times into some kind of AI algorithm, AI learning, whatever, it's going to record those lines exactly the same all 3 times. There's not going to be any deviation. There's not going to be any variation. The only way that you could get, like, let's say you had a line that you wanted a casual read, you wanted a scared read, you wanted an angry read, you wanted a high energy read. You'd have to record 4 completely different sets of voiceover samples for the AI to learn. That's what you have to do. And then you have to have them stored and labeled so that when you want that, you have to go to that. However, no AI is going to be able to blend them. It's not going to be able to ramp into it, and it's not going to be able to do variations. That's where AI is at right now. You could have it memorize basically a completely different set of style or way that it says different words with basically the same voice actor, but you still the person still has to manually switch between the two. And if you wanted every single possible permutation, variation, and deviation, you have to record thousands, tens, hundreds of thousands of different styles of reads. And the AI has to learn every single set as an individual voice. Nothing can do that right now. AI does not have emotion. What sells, the differing factor is the fact that humans can sell emotion. We can give emotion. We can put inflection on different words. We can stretch out different words. We can speed up different words. We can increase our volume. We can whisper. We can do all that. AI, you give it one set, it's going to do it every single time. So for me, as a character voice actor, as someone who, like 99.9% of my work right now is cartoon, video game, animation, dubbing, I'm not getting replaced anytime soon. And I know that for a fact because those are the areas where extreme emotion is needed. And until AI has actual intelligence, and is sentient, it's not going to be able to portray emotion. It's not going to understand what emotion is. It's not going to be able to do any of that. And for the most part, that's the same for a lot of commercial narration. And that's going to be the same for a lot of audiobook, especially if it's going to be anything in the fantasy, fiction, or anything with emotion. It's supposed to have personality to it. If it's just like, I don't know, like a textbook, or it's just like, I don't know, an autobiography, then maybe it would be fine. But anything where you want to have that personal connection across the other side of the MP3, or you're wanting to sell, a scene and build drama and tension, AI is not going to be able to do that. It's not going to be able to do that for a very long time. And the only thing that's going to, give it the ability to do that is going to be actual intelligence. Now, there are some programs, there are some services where someone can speak into a microphone and it will. A person can do a performance, and it will change the voice to kind of sound like something else. Now, that does exist. But still, the person who's recording that the computer then has to replace has to be good at performance. It's a voice actor. You'd need a voice actor to do the thing. You still need that person. And if a studio was to go with one performer, and then they had some kind of AI, and it's not perfect, by the way, and they have some kind of AI change the voice to make it sound like someone else, they still have to hire that person multiple times, and they also have to own the program, they have to own all the, the licenses or whatever. It really seems like extra steps. Just hire different voice actors. Also, there's no guarantee that one person that you're recording that then's going to replace the voice is going to be able to do all the performances and make them sound unique if you're doing something that's like cartoon animation or anything like that. So, again, even though there are some interesting and some slightly intimidating, I will agree, some slightly intimidating, companies and services out there that do AI voice and voice cloning, that kind of stuff, I don't think it's that big a deal yet. Now, again, this all depends on whether or not AI is actually going to get to the point where it can actually portray emotion. When someone can actually just type in a word and then have like an emotion slider, then maybe we'll have something to really like worry about. Do I think it's going to get there at some point in time? I mean, at some point we're going to have, walking, talking AI that is going to have, emotion and feelings, and they're going to fight for rights, and they'll probably run for Congress, and they'll try to enslave us. I'm sure at some point, yes. All these things, if humanity is given enough time, yes, we will absolutely doom ourselves on that level. But until something like that, it's not that big a deal. And the people who are opting to go for that kind of service are not the kind of people not the kind of clients that you'd want to work with anyway. It's not the kind of big money. Most people, most industry, studios, agents, directors, casting directors, producers, writers, content creators, they want to work with emotion. Selling a product in a commercial needs emotion. An audiobook, a good audiobook, needs emotion. Radio spots need emotion. Characters, video game, need emotion. Now, can I see this kind of thing replacing, robot characters or, any kind of AI in a show or a video game? They just go with the AI voice instead of having someone record it and then add an effect. Yeah, I can see that happening. That's probably something that's going to happen, in the near future. Sure, I can see that. But I don't think it's that scary and that big of a deal. Because, again, that also costs money. It's not free. And right now, emotion is what sells. And AI can't do emotion. So, that's just it. I know Bill DeWeese and Mike Delgadio and a whole bunch of other people have already talked about this. But I wanted to put my thing in. I was actually really hoping that I would have an interview and have more information and a longer email thread that I could talk more in depth on this and really do a deep dive. But that's it. That's all I got. So hopefully, if you are one of those people that has been scared of this kind of issue or worried about the future of voiceover when it relates to the potential uprising of AI becoming our overlords, I hope this kind of rests your fears a little bit, kind of put your mind at ease. Hopefully, at least for now. But yeah, it's going to be it. So thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Totally fine. Subscribe if you're new. Bell for notifications, and leave down in the comments section below. If you'd like to see any other videos, ask any questions, what have you, leave those down in the comment section. And yeah, that'll be it. Until next time. Peace.